Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how to crochet this beautiful leaf vine dream catcher. For this project you will need a double knitting yarn acrylic I'm using. This is colour Sage. I got this from Home Bargains. Tapestry needle, 2.5mm crochet hook, a stitch marker if you'd like, something to cut your yarn with, and a 6-inch metal ring. Oh sorry, I got a pack of them from eBay. So let's begin. So we're going to start this project by making a magic ring, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to place 12 double crochets into the magic ring. I am using US terms, not UK terms. So we're going to place 12 double crochets into the magic ring. I like to use a stitch marker in the beginning of my stitch so it's easier to find it for the slip stitch at the end. So that's 12 double crochets into the magic ring for round 1. I will finish this off camera and I'll be back when I'm done. When you've finished your round, pull on the tail to secure the ring, and we're going to place a slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. Yeah. There we go. Round 2, we're going to pull up a loop and we're going to make a round of puff stitches, and we're going to pull 4 instead of 5. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, that's 1, yarn over again into the stitch, pull up a loop, 2, repeat this till you have 4, and then yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook and chain to close. Then we're going to make another chain, and that's going to be for the space in between the puff stitches. The first chain is just to close the puff stitch. So we're going to go straight into the next stitch and make another puff stitch. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain to close the stitch and chain 1. So we're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 12 puff stitches. I'll be back when I'm done this round. When you've finished your round, you're going to end up with a chain here, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the puff stitch that we did at the beginning. There we go. Now round 3, we're going to start with a chain 1, and then we're going to place a single crochet into the same stitch that we slip stitch on top of the puff stitch. That's 1. And then we're going to put 3 single crochets in the gap between the puff stitches. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to repeat this around, a single crochet on top of the puff stitch and 3 single crochet in between. And we're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 48 single crochets. When you finished your round, slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. Now we're going to move on to round 4. We're going to start with chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into the 4th. And again, chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into the 4th. We're going to repeat this all the way around. Chain 6, skip 3, slip stitch in the 4th, and we're going to end up with 12 loops like this. I'm going to finish this off camera and I'll be back when I'm done. When you finish the round, you'll have 3 stitches left, and we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch where we started the first chain, and then they connect. This is what it should look like so far. Now we're going to move on to round 5, and we're going to chain 1 and then slip stitch onto the next chain, chain 1 again, slip stitch again, and that should bring us to the middle of the loop, the top. We're going to start the round now. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to place a single crochet on top of this loop, I'm going to use my stitch marker here, and then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to single crochet onto the next chain, like that. Then chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet onto the next chain. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, and I'll be back when I'm done. When you finished your round, we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet we've made. And then we're going to start round 6 with a chain 1, and then half double crochet into that same stitch. Insert your stitch marker if you want. And then we're going to place 6 half double crochet onto the new chain that we've made here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to make a half double crochet on top of the single crochet we've made on top of the loop, sorry, and then 6 half double crochet onto the next chain. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then half double crochet on top of the single crochet. And we're going to repeat this all the way around, and you should end up with 84 half double crochets. So I'm going to finish this off camera and I'll be back. When you've finished your round, make a slip stitch into the top of the first half double crochet of the round. Now we're going to move on to round 7. We're going to chain 3. I'm going to chain 2 and insert my stitch marker into the second chain. That's where we're going to slip stitch. So you chain 3, and then we're going to skip a stitch, this one here, and then we're going to make a half double crochet into the next stitch, and then chain 1, skip a stitch, half double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, half double crochet in the next. And we're going to repeat this all the way around for a total of 42 little gaps, little spaces like this. When you finished your round, you should end up with your chain and a stitch to skip, and then we're going to slip stitch into that second chain from the chain 3 for the beginning, make a slip stitch, and then we are going to move to round 8. We're going to slip stitch into the big space. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to place 3 half double crochet in each space around, and we should end up with 126 stitches. That's 3 half double crochets in each space around for round 8. When you finished your round, we're going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet of the round, and then we're going to attach to the ring. So you bring it from the top, so the yarn is from behind the ring. We're going to chain on top, 1, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch around. It's as easy as that. It does need to be smaller than the ring, so you do have a stretch. It's a bit of a workout, but it looks amazing when it's finally attached. So that's a single crochet in every stitch around. When you finished your round, we're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made, and then we're going to chain 10. We're going to make the hanging loop, so we're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to slip stitch back down into the same stitch, I'm going to pull the yarn through and cut a short tail, and then we're going to sew these two ends really quick. So I'm going to thread my needle, and I'm going to bring this back through to the back of the piece like this. I'm going to weave a couple of times, take it through the stitch to the back, and a few times behind the half double crochet. Back one more time like that, cut it off. I'm going to sew this end in, and then we're going to move to the vines down there. So this is what it should look like so far. You can either leave it like this, or you can stay with me and we'll do the vines. So before I start, let me just say that I've made 5 vines, one that goes straight down in the middle, which has 9 leaves on it, and then another 2, one on either side, which have 7 leaves, and then another 2 with 6 leaves. You can do it as long or as short as you want, sorry. And I will just show you how to make the vine, and you decide for yourself the length that you want to make. So we're going to start by making a slip knot, leaving yourself a little tail to sew when we attach that to the ring. And we're going to start with chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to start the leaf, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now this is going to be the side of the leaf, so we're going to make a partial double crochet. We're going to yarn over, go into the third chain from the hook, sorry, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, so we'll have 2, and then yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, slip stitch into the second chain from the hook, and then chain 1. And if you look here, you've got 2 loops from the double crochet, so we're going to go into this stitch, into this loop here, and make a slip stitch, chain 1, and slip stitch back into the third chain that we started from. And that's your first little leaf. Now we're going to chain 6 for the gap in between the leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to start another leaf with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over into the third chain from the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to make a double crochet, yarn over into the chain again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you'll have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then we're going to chain 2, slip stitch into the second chain, chain 1, slip stitch into the side loop, chain 1, and then slip stitch into the base of the leaf. You've got 2 leaves now. I'm going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to make another leaf. I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera. So we're going to chain 3, yarn over into the third chain from the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to yarn over, go back into the chain 3, the third chain, sorry, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, chain 2, 1, 2. Sorry, I'm going to wait for the jet to pass. Sorry about that. And we're going to slip stitch into the second chain, chain 1, slip stitch into the side loop, chain 1, and then slip stitch back to the base of the leaf. Oops. So I'm going to repeat this again. I'm going to do 9 for the middle, 9 leaves, and then I'm going to start another one with 7. I'm going to make 2 of those with 7 leaves, and then another 2 with 6 leaves. So I'm going to do all this off camera, and then I'll be back to show you how to attach it. Sorry, when you finish your leaf, your last leaf in the chain, because that's going to be the bottom one, we're going to pull the yarn through and make ourselves a tail. And then what I do, I make a little knot onto the vine, just so it points down like this, and then I'm going to thread it onto my needle and bring it through the stitch here to the back, and then I'm going to weave it at the back and then cut the yarn off. This is how to finish it. So you've got one end without tail. I've got my 9 one. Now I need to do 2 of 7 and 2 of 6. So I'm back. I have all 5 of my vines, 1 with 9, 2 with 7 and 2 with 6. Now to attach this to the ring, we are going to have a pointy one right below the hanging loop, and we should have a pointy one right underneath in a straight line. You can always move this around and make sure they're in a straight line. Now we're going to attach that right below this, the middle one, the 9 one, like that. You can always place this against the wall and see how they fall. And we're going to pull it from the back, we're going to put the hook from the back and pull that through, and then we're going to count 10 stitches and insert the hook in that one and take our 7 leaf vine and put that one through, and then 10 stitches for the 6 leaf vine. Obviously you can do it different stitches if you want. I'm just showing you what I'm making. There we go. And then the same on the other side. There we go. I'm going to hold this against the wall and I'm going to adjust that. I'm going to pull these if I need to, just to make sure that it's centered. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this around and I'm simply going to make a knot with each one, and then I'm going to weave every single strand that's left. So I'm going to make a knot. I'm just going to show you on one and then I'm going to finish the rest off camera. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to weave it through stitches on the ring and then through to the next one and weave it through the half double crochet row. And this is your end result. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.